I'm putting 200 amps right to it. Come on. Compression test. That's crazy. This thing is fighting. Like, I have the jump pack on it. Sorry, I have batteries on it, and I have 200 amps of snap-on. Listen. Well, this made my job a little bit harder. So, had the jump pack up here, batteries and whatnot. So, now I gotta pull that starter, go grab another one off the shelf. But, yeah, that's obnoxious. This one ain't damn happy either. There's 200 amps right to it. Look at that. See, I've now wasted about an hour and a half on this venture here. And for what? I put it directly to here, directly to a ground, and directly up here. And it's still just not, I don't know if we got two defective starters. I'm assuming maybe they cranked the shit out of this one and I just have two bad starters. I don't know. It is not spinning this thing over. I could sit here and free spool it probably, but it's not happy. It's not even trying. I've literally spent an hour and a half trying to figure this out, and I've waited all week to get the compression testers, and I got everything to do it, but it is just not spinning over. I spun it over by hand. It spins perfectly fine. We don't have any problems there. Like, I can come over here. She spins perfectly fine. All right, so just for the shits and giggles, I'm gonna show you guys. I'll turn that on. I'll put my safety glasses on. We only have one compression test. Everything else is open. Oh. We might have hope here. All right, clean to ground. Let's see what happens here. That's crazy. Well, we broke something. Yeah. I don't know. I can only spend so much time on this before it's just wasting time. I'm gonna pull this starter off. I'm gonna get them both sent out and tested to see if it's a starter problem or if, I mean, at this point it can't be a ground problem because that's clean. It's directly into that. It's bolted in. I mean, I'm gonna pull this off, clean this surface one more time, and if it still does it, I'm giving up. Well, I guess that's where we're gonna leave it. So I'm gonna just start pulling this thing apart, and I'm giving up at this point. I cannot wait any longer. I really tried, but it is what it is. We need to get this head off. The block is already sitting where I want it to, so I'm gonna set all the stuff aside, get the head off, get all of the extras off, any of the harness. Anything that goes to the head needs to come off. I might leave this pulley here, but if it comes down to it, I think this maybe 120 bucks total for everything, maybe 150, I don't remember. So, I have a compression tester if I ever need to do this again, but we need to get good starters because I've been fighting the starter on this thing for probably the better half of 6 months, and it was doing it, and I didn't know if it was a starter or not. So, obviously, when this goes back together, I'm going to be going over the entire Every ground is going to be gone over, which I did before, so I know all the grounds are good. But when we get the new engine, obviously you want to clean off the block surface and all this and that. Let's start pulling all this stuff off. I need to get all of these bolts out. Yes, we are going to be using bolts, and I do have a bolt for way in the back, but pretty much this whole thing's going to have to come off. All right, so I got that pulled off, took off all of those. Looks like we have a little bit of a coolant leak right here, so we will address that when we get there. And then I would also like to put a clamp on this, and then I guess whoever did this oil cooler, they must have put a bolt in the wrong spot, because if you see, that's supposed to be there. It was behind the AC compressor. Not going to be reusing that drain. Not a fan of them. Going to be getting a new one of those. And yeah, the fleece one. Chop that. But I think this head's pretty much ready to pull. I'm going to grab this sensor here. Actually, I might just leave it alone for now. This is off, and this is here. I put the bolts back in, not with this because that's all messed up. Put this bolt back here. And like I was saying earlier, I don't know if it was this or the next video, but I'm only going to be ordering parts as I need to order them because I'm not in a hurry to do this, but I don't want parts just laying around. Problem is, when I have parts laying around, I get antsy, stuff gets lost. I want to install it at the time. So this piece I already had, the fleece one, and I'm glad I already went and installed this because now I know the orientation. Like, all that stuff's torqued down. So we know what orientation that goes, and I can leave this like this, and I can also cut that while it's like that. Get that line cleaned up. I'm not going to loosen any of this stuff up. Brand new copper washers and whatnot. I'm going to clean this up, get this removed. I think at this point, and I'll make it up to you guys on the compression test, because I can only waste so much time doing that. Like, the whole plan, I've already wasted half the week and an hour and a half of my life tonight trying to figure that out. So anything from the head up should be removed at this point. I am going to leave this pulley on there. I'm not worried about that. Everything over here, the wire harnesses and all that stuff, all that has been removed. So I'm going to go grab my impact and the 14 millimeter, and since we're reusing this head, I'm going to take them off in the correct orientation, set the head studs aside, and then the block itself is already where it needs to be. Let me make sure that that is in a good spot. There we go. And then that way the block's not going to fall over. Motor mounts, I got to pull them off, but everything's going to stay on here until I have the next motor side by side. That way I can take like things like this front case. Everything's pretty much just going to go as one assembly. I will have to pull the cam and the other motor just to do the front case. Everything's getting re-gasketed. I would like to do the big oil pan upgrade, the big iron, upgrade that. That way we don't ever have to worry about a leak in the future. Let's go grab the impact and my ARP tool socket and get this head removed. Well, that be the problem. Number 6. All right, so as you can see, we'll start with number 1. Number 1 looks good. Number 2 looks good. Number 3 looks good. Number 4. Okay, so yeah, number 6. Melted the shit out of her. Wonder how we did that. Oh, I can feel that. I can feel a groove right there. I want to go through and check these cylinder walls out, see if we feel anything. I don't feel anything. Let's get that piston at the bottom and see how this bowl looks. So, I'm going through and I cleaned it out with a microfiber. There is a little bit of a groove, kind of on this side. Like, you can feel it, but it's not bad. And I think Industrial Injection's actually making pistons that you can do to, you know, cut to a certain size. So I mean, we could probably just slap a piston in that. Number one, I broke number one in my original 04. But the walls look great. There's no scratches. Number 4 was the other one. So let's get number 4 where we need it. Number 4 is going to be our next one. Let's clean this cylinder out. Number 4 actually looks really good. Yeah, number 4 looks good. So, what do you guys think? I'm not going to rebuild it because I've already made my decision on the route that I'm going. So, we'll get it cleaned up. Probably get her posted up for sale because someone will use this block. I also have a 6-7 block over here that I'll have to look at and see. I can't remember which cylinder it was. It was either 3 or, oh, it was that one right there. It was number 2. This one's really bad. That one's so deep in there. I don't know if that block's savable, but if you guys need a 6-7 block that you can bore out, I got one. Because this one here, I think it was this piston right here. So I think by the subtle hints that I've given you, I think you guys know the route that we're gonna go, and the reason I am not worried about the power figures that I think we're gonna make. And seeing that I did, for the first time in my life, out of many engines that I've had to go through, this is the first time I've ever melted number 6. And what's crazy is I don't understand why, other than like this truck would run 212 constantly when towing. No problem, EGTs never got over 1200 degrees. Obviously, at 1200 to 1300 degrees, the actual combustion temp's around 4000 degrees. But still, I don't understand why it would have happened. We kept the EGTs down. The only thing is, unfortunately, we're going to try out the coolant bypass. I was never a fan of them, but we're going to do that. Now, if you guys look here, if I were to pull this out, the 5.9s, they have coolant that flows in between the cylinders, whereas on the 6.7s, these are all solid in between. So they do not have coolant flow in between. They actually have steam ports. And, well, with the block that we're going to go with, let's get this head gasket down. First things first, we need to check and make sure this head's going to be usable. But this is the head gasket. And as you can see, I mean, that's an original gasket, and I mean, I don't see, obviously, like the pieces there and whatnot, but we did not have any signs of a bad head gasket. So just figure we'll let you guys know on that. Let's get this up in the air, and that way I can see it better. And let's check out and see if this is good. Now, this will be our deciding factor on, well, this is the first part of the deciding factor on how much money I'm going to put into this head. Because if this head's still good, then O-rings it is. But if it's on its way out, then we're just going to slap it on, get it checked. Number 6 would have been the melted one. Ooh. Oh yeah, you can see. I'm gonna have them check this one over. That might have been our miss right there, to be honest, because once you're driving down the road, you don't even notice it. But I wanted an 06 head because the 06 heads are better flowing than at least all of the 5.9s prior. I don't know about the 6.7s. You can see down in there, nothing looks out of the ordinary. So I'll have them check it out, get their opinion on it. I think I'm gonna leave everything as is. Just leave everything on here. We melted the old number 6. That's crazy. With a 180 degree thermostat, EGT's never going over 1200. Still melted number 6. Well, coolant bypass it is. All right, so this is about as much as I can do. There is a video already after this I've already filmed and it's already edited and uploaded, but we're gonna do this one first. So that's what you guys voted for. So I got as much of it cleaned up as possible. I just got to move this rad. These are supposed to be getting picked up in the morning, so I can finally say goodbye to those. If you guys are interested in the bare bones block, like I'm talking strictly the block, no adapter plate, nothing on it, just a stripped long block. I actually have to decide. I think I'm going to keep the front case as well, because I can't use the front case for the other engine, because I think something's different there. So everything on here, it's just going to be a bare long block. Someone will be interested in it, because I mean, people rebuild these things. It literally just needs a piston. And I would definitely check out number 4. If it sits here long enough, I might end up pulling the pistons just to show you guys what's going on inside there. I'm really disappointed that we couldn't get a starter to work, but it is what it is. Everything's cleaned up. I got that project we got to get out, and then I got one more up on the hill, and I got 2 more trucks coming in this week, one of which I bought for the motor for this. So I got to get that motor pulled and then start parting that truck out. And ultimately, this thing's going to be sitting here a while, and you know, trucks are coming in and out. I do have room for more trucks. If you guys need something worked on, don't hesitate to let me know. But that's where we're at. So I'm just going to get cleaned up here and start working on the next project. And she is loving her freedom, I'll tell you that.